According to some texts, Rigveda hymn 50-59 is Valakhilya hymn 2-11, hymn 2, Indra, 10 verses. Sakra I praise to win his aid, far famed, exceeding bountiful, who gives as 'twere in thousands precious wealth to him who sheds the juice and worships him. Arrows with 100 points unconquerable are this Indra's mighty arms in war. He streams on liberal worshippers like a hill with springs, when juices poured have gladdened him. What time the flowing Soma drops have gladdened with their taste the friend. Like water, gracious Lord, were my libations made, like milch kind to the worshipper, to him the peerless who is calling you to give you aid. Forth flow the drops of pleasant meath, the Soma drops which call on thee, O gracious Lord, have brought thee to our hymn of praise. He rushes hurrying like a steed to Soma that adorns our rite, which hymns make sweet to thee, lover of pleasant food. The call to Paura thou dost love. Praise the strong, grasping hero, winner of the spoil, ruling supreme o'er mighty wealth. Like a full spring, O Thunderer, from thy store hast thou poured on the worshipper evermore. Now, whether thou be far away or in the heavens or on the earth, O Indra mighty thoughted, harnessing thy bays, come lofty with the lofty ones, the bays who draw thy chariot steeds, who injure none, surpass the wind's impetuous strength, with whom thou silencest the enemy of man, with whom thou goest round the sky, O gracious hero. May we learn anew to know thee as thou art, as in decisive fight thou holpest Atasa or Vasa against the Savraja, as Bhagavan Kanba at the sacred feast to Dirganitha, thine home friend, as to Gosarya thou, stone darter, gavest wealth. Give me a gold bright stall of kine. And the power in the creation to do harm, well, it's up to divinity to decide whether it's going to do harm or be allowed to do harm through its general ability. Hymn 3, Indra. As with Manu, Samvarana, Indra, thou drinkest Soma juice, and Mangavan with Nipatete, Meditate with Pushtigu and Srushtigu. The son of Parshadvana was Praskanda's host, who lay decrepit and forlorn. Aided by thee, Vareshe, Dasyave Vreka, strove to obtain thousands of kine. Call hither with thy newest song, Indra, who lacks not hymns of praise, him who observes and knows, inspirer of the sage, him who seems eager to enjoy, he unto whom they sang the seven-headed hymn, three-parted in the loftiest place. He sent his thunder down on all these living things, and so displayed heroic might. We invocate that Indra who bestoweth precious things on us. Now do we know his newest favor. May we gain a stable that is full of kine. He whom thou aidest, gracious Lord, to give again, obtains great wealth to nourish him. We with our Soma ready, lover of the song, call Indra Mangavan on thee. Ne'er art thou fruitless, Indra, ne'er dost thou desert the worshipper. But now, O Mangavan, thy bounty as a god is poured forth ever more and more. He who hath overtaken Griffith with his might, and silenced Sushna with death bolts, when he supported yonder heaven and spread it out, Then first the son of earth was born. Good Lord of wealth is he to whom all Aryas, Dasas here belong. Directly unto thee the pious Rusama Paviru is that wealth brought nigh. In zealous haste the singers have sung forth a song distilling oil and rich in sweets. Riches have spread among us, and heroic strength with us are flowing soma drops. Those 10 verses include at its end this idea that if you got the right stuff, sometimes you still have to wait for it to use it, right? Because normally you say, well, the oil's pressed. Well, you press the oil and then you filter it out here. Hymn 4, Indra, 10 verses. As Sakra thou with Manu called, Vivasvat drinkest soma juice. As Indra thou didst love the hymn by Trita's side, so didst thou joy with Ayu now. As thou with Mararisvan, Madhya, Bishadra hast cheered thee, Indra, with pressed juice, drink soma with Rujanas, Simarasme by Dathonya's Dasasipra's side. 'Tis he who made the laws his own, and boldly drank the soma juice, he to whom Vishnu came striding his 3 wide steps, as Mitra's statutes ordered it, in whose law thou didst joy. Indra, at the great deed, O Satakatu, mighty one, seeking renown, we call thee as the milkers call the cow who yields abundant milk. He is our sire who gives to us, great mighty, ruling as he wills, unsought. May he, the strong, rich lord of ample wealth, give us of horses and of kine, he to whom thou, good Lord, givest, that he may give increase, wealth that nourishes. Eager for wealth, we call on Indra, Lord of wealth, on the Satakratu with our lauds. Never art thou neglectful, thou guardest both races with thy care. The call on Indra, 4th Aditya, is thine own, Amrita is established in the heavens. The offerer whom thou, Indra, lover of the song, liberal Maghavan, favorest. As at the call of Kanva, so, gracious Lord, hear thou our songs in eulogy. Sung is the song of ancient time, to Indra have ye said the prayer. They have sung many a brahati of sacrifice, poured forth the worshippers many thoughts. Indra hath tossed together mighty stores of wealth, and both the worlds, yea, and the sun, pure, brightly shining, mingled with the milk. The draughts of Soma have made Indra glad. And as much as deity does not need us, it certainly is something that can be pleasing to God. For us to make offerings, for us to use sacred hymns, for us to have that internal consciousness associated therewith. Hymn 5, Indra, 8 verses. As highest of the Maghavans, preeminent among the bulls, best breaker down of forts, kind winner, lord of wealth, we seek thee, Indra Maghavan, thou who subduest Ayu Kutsa Atathigva, waxing daily in thy might. As such, rousing thy power, we invocate thee now, thee, Satkratu, Lord of Bays. The pressing stone shall pour for us the essence of the meath of all, drops that have been pressed out afar among the folk, and those that have been pressed near us, repel all enemies and keep them far away. Let all win treasure for their own, even among Shishtas are the stalks that make thee glad. Were thou with Soma, satest thee, come Indra, very near to us, with aids of firmly based resolve. Come, most auspicious, with thy most auspicious help. Good kinsman, with good kinsman come. Bless thou with progeny the chief of men, the lord of heroes, victor in the fray. Aid with thy powers the men who sing thee lauds, and keep their spirits ever pure and bright. May we be such in battle as are surest to obtain thy grace. With holy offerings and invocations of the gods, we mean that we may win the spoil. Thine, Lord of Bays, am I. Prayer longeth for the spoil. Still with thy help I seek the fight. So, at the raider's head, I, craving steeds and kine, unite myself with thee alone. And whether our physical forms or mental bodies, as some people call them, are in decline, well, when we're on God's side, as far as we are on God's side, we can ever wax. There's no waning. Hymn 6, Indra, 8 verses. Indra, the poets, with their hymns extol this hero, might of thine. They strengthen loud in song thy prayer that droppeth oil. With hymns the Paras came to thee. Through piety they came to Indra for his aid, they whose libations give thee joy. As thou with Kresa and Sambarta hast rejoiced, so Indra, be thou glad with us. Agreeing in your spirit, all ye deities come nigh to us. Vasus and Rudras shall come near to give us aid, and Marutas listen to our call. May Pushan, Vishnu, and Sarasvati befriend, and the 7 streams this call of mine. May waters, wind, the mountains, and the forest, Lord, and earth give ear to my cry. Indra, with thine own bounteous gift, most liberal of the mighty ones, be your boon benefactor. Vritra slayer, be our feast companion for our weal. Leader of heroes, lord of battle, lead thou us to combat. Thou, most sapient one, high fame is theirs who win by invocations, feast and entertainment of the gods. Our hopes rest on the faithful one, and Indra is the people's life. O Magavan, come nigh, that thou mayest give us aid. Make plenteous food stream forth for us. Thee would we worship, Indra, with our songs of praise. O Satakratu, be thou ours. Pour down upon Praskanda bounty, vast and firm, exuberant, that shall never fail. And, well, our eternal rewards are ones that, whatever level you achieve, you don't use that up, and you don't get bored with it. They put that on the, oh, you're gonna have to do the same thing that you really enjoy and you really get interested by, and yeah, that stuff never fades. You just, you can learn whatever. Hymn 7, Praskanva's gift, 5 verses. Great verily is Indra's might. I have beheld, and hither comes thy bounty, Dasyava, Vrika. 100 oxen, white of hue, are shining like the stars in heaven. So tall they seem to prop the sky. Bamboos 100, 100 dogs, 100 skins of beasts well tanned, 100 tufts of balbaja, 400 red-hued mares are mine. Blessed by the gods, Kanvayanas, be ye who spread through life on life. Like horses have ye stridden forth. Then men extolled the team of 7, not yet full grown. Its fame is great. The dark mares rushed along the paths, so that no eye could follow them. And there's the that which we become aware of through the physical body, but it follows into realms where then the mind can't even become aware of it, but the spirit can, which is an odd thing to understand. But hymn 8, Praskanvas go, 5 verses. Thy bounty, Dasyava Vrka, Exhaustless hath displayed itself. Its fullness is as broad as heaven. 10,000 Dasyava Vrka, the son of Putokrata, hath, from his own wealth bestowed on me, 100 donkeys hath he given, 100 head of fleecy sheep, 100 slaves, and wreaths beside. There also was a mare led forth, picked out for Putokrata's sake. Not of the horses of the herd, observant Agne hath appeared. Oblation bearer with his car, Agne with his resplendent flame, hath shone on high, as, as shines the sun, hath shone like Surya in the heavens. And we should also strive for the choice, or to put forth the choice. Hymn 9, Asthans, 4 verses. Endowed, O gods, with your primeval wisdom, come quickly with your chariot, O ye holy, come with your mighty powers, O ye Nasatyas, come hither. Drink this, the third libation. The truthful deities, the 33, saw you approach before the ever-truthful. Accepting this, our worship and libation, O Asthans, bright with fire, drink ye the Soma. Asthans, that work of yours deserves our wonder, the bowl of heaven and earth and air's mid-region. Yea, and your 1,000 promises in battle, too. All of these come near and drink beside us. Here is your portion, laid for you, ye holy. Come to these songs of ours, O ye Nasatyas, drink among us the Soma full of sweetness, and with your powers assist the man who worships. And if we do things in worship, there is presences that join in. Now, God's omnipotent, but the beings that are created on God's side, the Devi and stuff, they're not. Well, I mean, the word is used, but you know what I mean. Hymn 10, 8.V50-9.6, 3 verses. He whom the priests in sundry ways, arranging the sacrifice of one accord, bring hither, who was appointed as a learned Brahmin, what is the sacrificer's knowledge of him? Kindled in many a spot, still one is Agni. Surya is one, though high o'er all he shineth. Illumining this all, still one is Ushas. That which is one hath into all developed. The chariot, bright and radiant, treasure-laden, 3-wheeled, with easy seat, and lightly rolling, which she of wondrous wealth was born to harness. This car of yours I call, drink what remaineth. And it's important to know that those who are to fulfill certain purposes, we don't always know who they are. Hymn 11, Indra Varuna, 7 verses. In offerings poured to you, O Indra Varuna, these shares of yours stream forth to glorify your state. Ye haste to the libations at each sacrifice when ye assist the worshipper who shants the juice. The waters and the plants, O Indra Varuna, had efficacious vigor, and the pain benight. Ye who have gone beyond the path of middle air. No godless man is worthy to be called your foe. True is your Krithsa's word. Indra and Varuna, the 7 holy voices, pour a wave of meath. For their sake, lords of splendor, aid the pious man who, unbewildered, keeps you ever in his thoughts. Dropping oil sweet with Soma, pouring forth their stream, are the 7 sisters in the seat of sacrifice. These dropping oil are yours, O Indra Varuna. With these enrich the gifts and help the worshipper. To our great happiness have we ascribed to these 2 right ones truthfulness. great strength and majesty. O Lord's splendor, aid us through the 3 times 7 as we pour holy oil, O Indra Varuna. What ye in time of old, Indra and Varuna, gave riches, revelation, thought and power of song, and places which the wise made, weaving sacrifice. These through my spirit's fervent glow have I beheld. O Indra Varuna, grant to the worshippers cheerfulness, void of pride, and wealth, to nourish them. Vouchsafe us food, prosperity, and progeny, and lengthen out our days, that we may seek long life. A lot of people are like, well, we want the revelation for ourselves. We want the inspiration, which inspiration is not the same thing as, oh, I get an idea, or I feel like dedicating something to. No, that's not what inspiration is. Let's give thanks that it was given to some, and that from those some we can use it. And it's not even the substances, right? It's not the soma, whatever that's supposed to mean. It's the properties of the soma. And I guess that idea for some might have been the reason to not include this if it was part of an original strain. I don't like the idea of the Apocrypha as, oh, it's the. Well, I guess in some traditions, right? But what about the Bible? And, some Bibles have verses that the other ones don't. But then again, that a lot of that tends to be, the newer verses of the Bible. It's like, well, it didn't happen in Greek, it didn't happen in even Latin, so what are you doing here? Mandala 9, Hymn 1, Soma Pavamana, 10 verses. In sweetest and most gladdening stream, flow pure, O Soma, on thy way, pressed out for Indra for his drink. Fiend queller, friend of all men, he hath with the wood attained unto his place, his iron-fashioned home. Be thou best Vritra slayer, best granter of bliss, most liberal, promote our wealthy prince's gifts. Flow onward with thy juice unto the banquet of the mighty gods. Flow hither for our strength and fame, O Indu, we draw nigh to thee. With this one object, day by day, to thee alone our prayers are said. By means of this eternal fleece, may Surya's daughter purify. Thy Soma that is foaming forth, 10 sister maids of slender form seize him within the press and hold him firmly on the final day. The virgins sent him forth, they blow the skin, musician-like, and fuse the triple foe repelling meath. Inviolable milch kine round about him blend for Indra's drink. The fresh young Soma with their milk, in the wild raptures of this draught, Indra slays all the Vritras he. The hero pours his wealth on us. And some accomplishments of others aren't that, we make a church in their memory, but that they're, either the physical effects or the social effects or whatever, that those are had. Hymn 9.2, Soma Pavamana, 10 verses. Soma flow on, inviting gods, speed to the purifying cloth, pass into Indra as a bowl, as mighty food, sweet hitherward Indu. As a most splendid steer, sit in thy place, as one with strength. The well-loved meath was made to flow, the stream of the creative juice, the sage dear waters to itself. The mighty waters, yea, the floods, accompany thee, mighty one. When thou wilt clothe thee with the milk, the lake is brightened in the floods. Soma, our friend, heaven's prop and stay, falls on the purifying cloth. The tawny bowl hath bellowed, fair as mighty Mitrud, behold. He shines together with the sun, songs Indu active in their might, are beautiful for thee, wherewith thou deckest thee for our delight. To thee who givest ample room we pray, to win the joyous draught, great are the praise, and due to thee. Indu as Indra's friend, on us pour With a stream of sweetness, like Parjanya, sender of the rain. Winner of kind and dew art thou, winner of heroes, steeds, and strength, primeval soul of sacrifice. And, well, so Vretra is like the one who holds back the melting from the mountains and or the waters or whatever, and Indra sets it free. And but the purpose of the sacred waters are about reconnecting with the relationship with deity and seeing, the divine role in the cycles of nature. Hymn 9.3 Soma Pavamana, 10 verses. Here present this immortal god flies, like a bird upon her wings, to settle in the vats of wood. This god made ready with the hymn runs swiftly through the winding ways, and viable as he flows, this god while flowing is adorned like a bay steed for war by men, devout and skilled in holy songs. He like a warrior going forth with heroes, as he flows along, is fain to win all precious boons. This god is he as he is flowing on, speeds like a car and gives his gifts. He lets his voice be heard of all. Praised by the sacred bards, this god dives into waters and bestows rich gifts upon the worshipper. Away he rushes with his stream across the regions into heaven, and roars as he is flowing on. While flowing meet for sacrifice, he hath gone up to heaven across the regions irresistible. After the way of ancient time, this god pressed out for deities, flows tawny to the straining cloth. And this lord of many holy laws, even at his birth engendering strength, effused flows onward in a stream. And it can be important to think of, what are these regions, right? But not in like the idea that, well, we have to worship a god of this region and that region, Hymn 9.4, Soma Pavamana, 10 verses. O Soma, flowing on thy way, win thou and conquer high renown, and make us better than we are. Win thou the light, win heavenly light, and Soma all felicities, and make us better than we are. Win skillful strength and mental power. O Soma, drive away our foes, and make us better than we are. Ye purifiers, purify Soma for Indra, for his strength. Make thou us better than we are. Give us our portion in the sun, through thine own mental power and aids, and make us better than we are. Through thine own mental power and aid long may we look upon the sun. Make thou us better than we are. Well-weaponed Soma, pour unto us a stream of riches doubly great, and make us better than we are. As one victorious, unsubdued in battle, pour forth wealth to us, and make us better than we are. By worship, Pavamana, men have strengthened thee to prop the law. Make thou us better than we are, O Indu. Bring us wealth and steeds, manifold, quickening all life. Made us better than we are. I think that's make us better than we are. But there's a T in the print here, so I'm going to draw attention to that fact. And yeah, no matter how good we are, we should want to be better than we are. Life is about perfecting. Hymn 9.5, at priests, 11 verses. Enkindled, Pavamana, Lord sends forth his light on every side. In friendly show, the bellowing bull, he, Pavamana, self-produced, speeds onward, sharpening his horns. He glitters through the firmament, brilliant like wealth, adorable with splendor, Pavamana shines. Mightily with the streams of meath, the tawny Pavamana, who strews from of old the grass with might, is worshipped, God among the gods. The celestial doors are filled with their frames on high. By Pavamana glorified with passion, Pavamana longs for the great lofty pair, well formed, like beauteous maidens, night and dawn. Both gods who look on men I call celestial heralds. Indra's self is Pavamana, Yea, the bull, this Pavamana sacrifice shall the three beauteous goddesses, Sarasvati and Bharati and Ila, mighty one, attend. I summon Tvashtar hither, our protector, champion, earliest born. Indu is Indra, tawny steer, Pavamana is Prajapati. O Pavamana, with the meath and streams anoint Vanaspati, the evergreen, the golden-hued, refulgent, with 1,000 boughs. Come to the consecrating rite of Pavamana, all ye gods, Vayu, Surya, Brihaspati, Indra, and Agni in accord. And the reason for these monolarity groups is to draw special attention to the different aspects. Of course, you don't have to resort to polytheism and trinities and stuff like that, are as separate beings or whatever, to understand this stuff about different divine qualities, even to the point where created beings can't operate this quality and that quality at the same time, or this, to that extent, and all that. Hymn 9.6, Soma Pavamana. Soma flow on with pleasant stream, a bowl devoted to the gods. Our friend, unto the woolen sieve, pour hitherward as Indra's self, Indu, that gladdening stream. Of 9, and send us coursers full of strength. Flow to the filter hitherward, pouring that ancient gladdening juice, streaming forth power and high renown. Hither the sparkling drops have flowed, like waters down a steep descent. They have reached Indra purified, whom having passed the filter, 10 dames cleanse, as 'twere a vigorous steed, while he disports him in the wood. The steer strong juice, with milk poured forth for feast and service of the gods, to him who bears away the draught, effused the god flows onward with his stream to Indra, to the god, so that his milk may strengthen him. Soul of the sacrifice, the juice effused flows quickly on. He keeps his ancient wisdom of a sage, so pouring forth as Indra's friend, strong drink, best gladdener for the feast. Thou, even in secret, storest hymns. Well, there's more revelation and stuff than one realizes as far as available. Those hymns of old that have been corrupted, and we no longer have them in their pure form, which is relatively all of them, right? And those that are completely lost, that group. But even the ones we have that are kept pure, we look at them and think, well, okay, maybe I figured out exactly what the literal meaning of every word and stuff is, but there's more to it than just knowing the literal meaning. And there's all sorts of reference. There really is enough guidance out there. There's been enough guidance out there. And people think, oh, there's not enough, we need more. That's why people wander aimlessly with these New Age cults and stuff.